Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello, and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. This next clip is from a very long webinar that I hosted last week about how to get through the holiday season binge free. I highly recommend that if you did not see the entire webinar, go to, it's not on my website, although I have a webinar about how to manage emotional eating on my website. The how to navigate the holiday season binge free, that webinar, it is private. So I would encourage you to do is email me, tipswithtony@gmail.com, so you can see the entire webinar. It's literally an hour and 15 minutes long, a little bit longer than that for Q&A. It's really, really great. And so definitely reach out to me, tipswithtony@gmail.com, if you want to see the entire webinar. But I decided to take out a small piece about how to navigate the holiday season in total. This is part 1. On Monday, I'm going to be releasing part 2, which is going to be talking about how to navigate the holidays, like the day of and the day after celebrating, and kind of those things you can do to help with your relationship with food and manage your eating and feel in charge of your diet, most importantly. So without further ado, here's a clip on how to navigate the holiday season. I'll see you on the other end.
Navigating the holidays. So we want to plan ahead. That's always super helpful. And so the holiday season is a season, right? So it's not just depending on what you celebrate. It's not just Thanksgiving. It's not just Christmas, right? It's like the day before Thanksgiving, the day of Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, et cetera, right? And it's like this whole big thing. If you didn't celebrate Thanksgiving with your family, you might be celebrating Friendsgiving. You have multiple holidays. It's just a whole long thing. So all that to say, we want to make sure that you are looking for shortcuts in like the busyness of having to maybe, now it's different once again because of COVID. So you might order things on Amazon. You might, get groceries delivered to your house. Like, make things easier for yourself. If you're super, super busy, don't feel like you need to be a superhero to do all the extra stuff. Like, make it easy for yourself. Get stuff delivered. Even honestly, invest in like maybe you can do takeout and it just make a healthier choice. Like if you need to on those nights where you're really stressed and pressed for time. Pick and choose your battles. So there's going to be lots of events. Pick what's kind of worth it. So maybe to you on Thanksgiving, for me, I love pumpkin pie. It's my favorite. That's worth it to me. All the other pies don't really excite me. So I'm not just going to have it just to have it because it's there, right? I'm going to decide what's worth it. And then the most important thing I always teach people is to focus how you want to feel. Okay. If you focus on how you want to feel, that is going to guide you through pretty much everything and anything. Okay. Continue to harness that balanced mindset. And when I say balanced mindset, we might have to shift the expectations and the goals, because balance on a regular day and then balance on a holiday is going to be a little different. On a holiday, you might allow for a little bit more, but you're still going to focus on how you want to feel, because no one really, I don't know, I just do not like that, really, really full feeling. I did it for so many years of my life. I just don't want to ever go back there. So I just don't like how that makes me feel. I don't like my energy. I don't like my mood. It's just, I love feeling energized and upbeat and happy and content. And so for me, it's just not even worth it, but that's for you to kind of pick and choose your battles. Okay. And then I think the biggest thing that a lot of people that we struggle with in the holidays is family or friends, and some, weird dynamics where you might get some people commenting on your food, asking you why aren't you eating that? Or you're eating a lot. Please do not let anybody comment on your food. It's literally none of their business. And so just be prepared for that. And if someone's talking about how they're going to go on this crazy diet the next day, or they plan on doing this massive cleanse between now and Christmas, or now and the New Year, or on the New Year, whatever, really try to distance yourself from conversations like that. You don't need that negativity. You don't need that to push you back into that diet cycle, you really need to kind of just know who your support system is and try not to like get wrapped up in those conversations. And then lastly, especially this year where there's a lot of loss, you may have personally lost someone from COVID-19, or you just have, the holidays are always hard where you really need to allow yourself to grieve. You might not be with the people that you want to be with because they're no longer here on this earth. And it can be really sad. So let yourself grieve. Whether you eat or not, it's not going to change the fact that you're sad. It's only going to put a little kind of Band-Aid on it, really. It's not going to change the situation. Let yourself be sad. Celebrate them in other ways. Talk about them. Share stories. Share jokes. Share recipes. Do it like that. But we don't need to overeat to the point of I'm sick to really kind of commemorate their memory.
All right. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please do not forget to email me tipswithtony@gmail.com to provide your feedback. If you want the full webinar, you can email me there as well. Feel free to screenshot this episode, share it on your story, tag me, let me know what you learned, what you're going to apply to this holiday season. And if you feel like someone you know, someone you love would benefit from hearing this episode, feel free to share it with them as well. As always, I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.